Aloha and congratulations on making it through the entire semester. This is week 17. This is our last week of class. For other classes, you may have a final exam, but for this class, because we don't have a final exam, this is our last week. So we will not have any other meetings or requirements after this week. Next week is final exam week, so for your other classes, you do need to check to see if there is a final exam and how that's going to be administered given all of the craziness that's happened this semester. I also want to mention that because of the changes that occurred this semester with moving from face-to-face to online, for this semester only, you have an option after you view your grades. If you decide you would rather have credit or no credit, then you can contact our registrar and you can opt for credit or no credit rather than a letter grade. And that again is something that is only available this semester because of all of the drastic changes that have occurred this semester with moving from face-to-face to online courses. So with that said, taking a look at week 16, I have a short wrap-up for the semester for you to view, which we'll look at shortly in this video. You have your last peer review assignment for essay number 4, which is due on the May 6th, and then the final draft for essay number 4 is due on May 8th. And that draft should be submitted to turnitin.com. If for some reason you are unable to submit your draft to turnitin.com, please let me know. I can actually upload your papers to turnitin.com. However, I need to get your paper. So if internet connectivity is an issue for you, please let me know. We'll find a way that I can get your paper and I can upload it into turnitin.com for you. With that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the final week, the wrap-up for this course. And I want to begin by just saying how much I've missed our class meetings. I really sincerely enjoyed going to class and to hear all of your intelligent and thoughtful ideas about the books and the stories that we've read over the course of the semester. That was an invaluable part to our course, our discussions. So I've really missed that, and I hope that the discussion questions that I did post were of some use to you, since we were unable to meet as a class and have those discussions. And moreover, I hope that you enjoyed reading the short stories and the books that I chose for this course. And I hope that your perspectives were broadened by the characters and their stories. My goal for all of my courses is to decolonize the classroom, my classes. So I tried in our class to accurately represent people of color as the majority of people in the world, emphasizing the importance of women. So you know, of course, that all 3 of the novels that we read in the class were written by women and women of color. Let's go ahead then and think about a little bit more about decolonizing in terms of our class. So every piece of literature you read was by someone from a marginalized group. And although the course is over, this is our last week, please take some time this week to think about the authors' backgrounds and the importance of their diverse contributions, not only to literature, but to perpetuating social justice. It really is my sincere hope that the stories and discussions that we shared this semester will inspire you to read more texts from these authors and to think about how the characters in their stories relate to real-world current event issues. I know that maybe some of you wouldn't necessarily have chosen to read a book by a Black British lesbian writer, or to read a book by an author from Turkey who wrote about a sex worker, and then also Parable of the Sower, the dystopian novel written by trailblazing, groundbreaking Black woman who was really the first Black woman to enter that genre of science fiction. So I really was trying to reach across genres and to introduce you to some writers and some concepts that maybe you were unfamiliar with. So I hope that you were able to see the connection among and between current social movements globally and with your own life and community, and how these movements, and when this comes to mind, is the protection of Mauna Kea, connect and embody the spirit of past civil rights movements. And I originally planned on talking about post-colonialism and race studies toward the end of the semester to wrap up our discussions on the stories and the books that we read over the semester, and to look at these two ideas in terms of critical or literary theory. And also, usually the last week of classes for my classes involve class presentations created by students. So what I did was include a presentation from a past literature course that I taught. And this presentation was created by two students, and they gave me permission to share their presentation for this course. And it was a presentation that they created on post-colonialism and race studies. So I have a link here to the Google presentation. If you could take some time, it's short, and look this over. You know, if you're not familiar with I just stuttered over that word, post-colonialism and race studies, there are some, basic definitions and some ideas that are very worthwhile to think about and explore in this presentation. And again, just on a final note, I really did enjoy our class. I looked forward to it. On Mondays, sometimes tired, don't want to go to work, but I always wanted to go to work just so I could go to our class. It was the highlight of the semester for me, and I was so upset and disappointed when we had to move to online. And I do teach online, but it's just really not the same. And I really enjoyed the time that we were able to spend together as a class. And I encourage you to keep in touch with each other. Please stop by and visit with me anytime. I'll be on campus. Hopefully we'll be back to face-to-face instruction next semester. I am teaching online only next semester, but I'm on campus every day because I am the English department chair, which requires me to attend a lot of meetings. So stop by, shoot me an email. I'd love to hear from you, and I wish you all the very best. And I look forward to seeing you around on campus. Please take care. Aloha.